So, I'm going to leave these on because I can't see. And y'all know I'm going to look in the camera. So, if y'all see my eyes getting crossed, I ain't crossed. I'm going to look at the camera. Um, I guess that's a little close. Y'all know I don't know what my camera is and that stuff. Okay, so I hope everybody's having what is today? Hump day? It is hump day. So, happy hump day to all those that are working 9 to 5, 7 days, 5 days a week. It is the middle of the week for you. If it is not your hump day, then my apologies. My apologies. And that's kind of what we're talking about today. So, story time. I'm going to talk about how I got into the restaurant industry, or how I became a server. Because I started off in the restaurants. I started off as a cashier at Dairy Queen. That was my first restaurant job. Dairy Queen. Oh, y'all hit the like button. All right, if y'all coming in, make sure y'all hit that like button. I mean, I don't tell because I assume y'all know. I assume y'all know to hit that like button. So that's why I don't say nothing. That could be why I don't say nothing, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I don't know if that's any better. But so when I was in college, I worked at Dairy Queen. Not my first job, but it was my first restaurant job. And I was a cashier. So where I learned to that's the job I learned that you gotta know everything. That's the job that taught me you gotta learn how to do everything. When you go into a job, you have your job description. They give you a pamphlet specific to the job that you were hired for. And that is your job description, and you are expected to do those things in the job. Okay? And I learned those first. But the reality is, if you're working in a job like a cashier or a server or something like that, the only way to move up is to know how to do more than what you were hired to do. And not always, you can never wait for the company to physically actually take the time and take the consideration to train you. You can't do that because they're not going to. They're not. They're going to throw you into something head first, butt boot ass naked, and just hope it work out for the best. They figure that if you've been working at a job for 6 months or more, you should know how to do it all. But 90% of the people don't. They learn their job. They do the bare minimum. They do what it takes to get paid. And then that's it. And that's fine. Let me start this by saying I don't want it to sound like I am knocking people that do just their job, because I was growing up in the time of you're supposed to work hard and pull yourself up by your bootstraps and no, that's no. If all you can do is what you were hired to do, do what you were hired to do. You ain't got to do nothing else. You don't have to do anything else. But personally, I myself personally, I can't do that. So this is the job. Dairy Queen in Alabama is what taught me learn how to do everything. Number one, if you know how to do everything, they can't tell you nothing. And y'all know your girl. This attitude that I have has mellowed out over the years. But this funk ass attitude, I had that back in the that was what 98, 89. Back in 1989, this funk ass attitude was alive and well, and it was just busting wide. It was busting wide open. Yeah, yeah. Did you? Yeah. You couldn't tell me shit. I wanted to fight all the time. So yeah. So I realized early on that to keep people from talking to me, because see, people don't know how to talk to you. Working in the service industry of any time, I would tell anybody, I don't care what the career you want to have at some point. I don't care what job you have now. I tell anybody, work. You need to work in the service industry. Your children need to work in the service industry. Number one, so they can see how people treat people. Number two, so they can see how they don't want to treat, how they don't want to be treated. And number three, to show them how they treat people. I thought about this story time because last night me and Nick was talking, and he works at a restaurant. And he was talking about how, because I ask him every day, how you doing? You like your job? Everything okay? Because I know his mama know how hard it is to work in the service industry and be a victim, and I'm gonna say victim, of the millions of personalities that you have to deal with on a daily basis. His mama know. So I asked him because he's 18 and I don't want him to keep moving around and changing jobs, but I don't also want him, he doesn't have to work. He wants to work because he's 18 and he wants to start taking care of himself, and I commend him for that. I'm very proud of the young man that I made. And he's still going to school in August. But I don't want anybody to take advantage of him, especially not a restaurant, because unlike a lot of mamas that don't work, haven't worked in the service industry, got these big high power jobs, your mama on the other hand has worked in the service industry off and on since 1989, over 30 years. There's nothing you can tell me about a restaurant from the front door to the back door. There's no lie you can tell me. There's no cook time you can lie to me about. There's nothing. Hey Cakes, how you doing? Thank you. There's nothing that you can tell me. So we just got to talking, and I told him, because he was saying that this is the first time he felt like he got fussed at, because she was talking about, the GM was talking about in all her years as GM that she's always been on the top and her numbers are down and da 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 whoop de whoop. I'm like, that's not your problem. Do your job. They tell you, managers and GMs and your front of the house manager back, they tell you all this stuff that it sounds like it should be your problem. It's not. So that's what I said. But as mama, I felt like I wanted to go fight the lady. I mean, she was doing her job. So my job, I'm doing my job. I told Nick, I said, let me tell you something. Because she had, now Nick has been there less than a month, I think. I think Nick has been there about a month. And he was training somebody the other day, which is cool, because my first restaurant job as a server, I worked there 3 months and I was training. It was a lot. So we'll get to that. It's part of story time. Anyway, so that's what got me on this topic. So yeah, my first restaurant job got me into it. I didn't really love working at a fast food restaurant. One, the people that come through fast food restaurants, even though the interaction is a very short amount of time, maybe 5, you shouldn't spend more than 5 minutes with a customer. I mean, I don't care how big the order is. Because for a super big order, we're not going to take that over the phone or something like that. You're going to have to be to call that in. And you shouldn't spend any more than 5 minutes with somebody. However, those 5 minutes sometimes are the worst 5 minutes of your life. People come through, people look at service workers. That's good. Thank you. People look at service people, cashiers. Hey, blessed family. I'm glad you're back. Thank you. People look at service workers, at cashiers, waiters, bartenders, valet, service people who provide you a service. Okay. Who bring you your food, who wash your car, whatever. A service. Somebody who provides you a service, a service worker. Be it the cashier that checks you out. Hey, Miss Tells the Truth. Or the bartender that brings you your beer. These are service workers. And people have a tendency to look at service workers like they are less than. Like they are not deserving of the respect that you show a stranger, until the stranger gives you a reason to disrespect them. Now, I'm a firm believer in that respect is earned, not given. However, when you meet somebody new and you come up on them, there's a certain amount of respect that you have for yourself that dictates how you act. And a lot of people overlook or forget who and what they are when they get to talking or being out in a restaurant setting. And in a fast food restaurant setting, it is ridiculous. Now, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you that people that work in restaurants will not cuss your ass out, have a funk ass attitude, will not sit up there and act like they don't want to be at work, because that's a lie. But that is not the majority. Just like with anything else, the 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 minority that people stereotype an entire group of people on is often the loudest, which is why they use that as a stereotype, as opposed to these are just people who got a job, a lot of times for just minimum wage, doing the best that they can, and then helping you out. So, yeah, I tell anybody, if your children are of age, let them be a cashier somewhere. Let them work in a restaurant somewhere. Let them interact with the public so that the public can show them who they are. So anyway, so I had enough of everybody wanting to be a manager and nobody wanted to do their job, because I didn't want to be a manager. I have only one time actively wanted to be a manager, and I became the manager. And from then on, I never wanted to be a manager again, because being a manager in a restaurant means you have no life outside of that restaurant. And we'll get to that. I just like to know my job, because I hate people telling me or half-ass telling me what to do. I hate people standing up over my shoulder. I hate people in my ear always talking about, well, do it this way, do it. No, I'm going to do it the way it's supposed to be done, the way that the store wants it done, and that's how it's going to get done. They don't want to, let me tell you something, the younger people don't want to be a lot of stuff, but if you want to have a full repertoire of how to deal with stuff, you will be that. Because people, baby. Anyway, but yeah, I stopped working in fast food restaurants because everybody want to be the manager. Everybody want to come in there and tell you what to do. You got new people thinking they can come in telling the old heads what to do. You got managers, because I would get a manager, because understand, I would get a manager together. I I do it more now. When I was younger and first started in restaurants, I was quiet and not quiet, but I didn't say nothing. You know, I didn't cuss nobody out unless they did something to me. However, yeah, Walmart make you fight. Them people come to Walmart make you fight. But I worked there too, as a matter of fact. I stopped bartending because I was coming home at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I just had a baby. That's when I had Nick. Nick was an infant. So I took a job at Walmart. Baby. Anyway. So I remember this one time I was at work. This is a young girl. Now, when I went to college, I was 4 years older than most people who went to college. I was 22. So when I was, I was 22. And she was about 18, maybe, 18, 17, 18. She come in there, I think, because she was somebody's sister, cousin, auntie, uncle. I don't know who she was. She related to somebody working there who was a manager or who had been there a long time. And she thought she could tell me what to do. And that went on for a few days. I ignored her. I went on about my business. I did what I had to do. I took my orders. I made my ice cream. Did my thing. High school until she leaves college. She says she loves helping people, especially getting the baby formula. So Walmart need to be named. But look at you. True. That's true though, Miss. That's true, blessed family. So I've been at work. She come in. She come in there telling me what to do one afternoon. When I had it. It was the day. That was the day. That was you could get a day. That was my first you could get a day. She come in there telling me I need to mop the floor, do something. I remember it had something to do with a mop, because I told her I was gonna bust her ass upside the head with that mop. Oh, keep sliding up. Y'all, anybody else? This ain't got nothing to do with that. But anybody else got a head that won't hold a headband? Y'all just put that in the comments. So she come in there, you need to do this, and so told me that, and da 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 whoop de whoop. I said, I said, who the fuck are you talking to? I said, and it pissed me off because before, now I can laugh and say, who is you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Before I could laugh. You'll slide too? I think my head just very funny. Before I could laugh. Before I could laugh. Before it would piss me off to my spirit, my soul. And it pissed me off so bad that day. That bitch had that mop in her hand. And she was like she was going to pass it to me. I said, bitch, I'll whoop your ass behind this counter. I walked from behind the counter. I said, I'll be right back. I went on the phone. And this was back when pay phones. I did not have a cell phone. It was 1989. I don't even think I had. Now I had no change. So I think my purse was behind the counter. Collect called my mama and told my mama. I said I'm about to beat. I didn't cuss because of my mom. I said my mom about to fight this lady. Oh, hi. Okay, I'll try that. I said I'm about to fight this little girl. I'm about to whoop her. I told her I'm about to whoop her butt. But I said I'm about to whoop her ass. I'm about to whoop her ass behind this counter. She got one more thing to say to me. I said when I leave this phone, I said I might go to jail. And all my mama could do was laugh. I said, and it kind of helped me go back up front because she laughed at me. I said, why are you laughing? I said, Mom, I'm serious. I said, I'm about to go beat her ass. I said, let me call. I called you, but I'm about to go beat her ass. She said, you're just like your dad. Mean ass. I think it's because you're yellow, because she used to call me yellow. I think it's because you're yellow. I think this was wrong with you. Oh, he was mean too. He always wanted to fight people. I told Mom, I said, what they got to do with today? She said, she did her mama thing, and I don't remember exact words, but she calmed me down to the point where I could go back up front and not fight that girl. So I went back, and I told her, I said, look, I said, you need to go talk to your cousin, auntie, uncle, whoever it is that got you thinking you can tell me what to do, and get out my face. Now, I'm telling you, I talked to my mama, and she has saved you. I said, but I'm not going to call her next time. So she went back there and said I threatened her. And I said, and they took me off. And they said, did you so and so? I said, yes, I did. I thought, oh yeah, I did. I threatened her. I thought I was gonna be there. I did. I said, let me tell you something. I said, if y'all can tell me I don't know how to do my job and I don't know what I'm doing up front, then you tell me that. If y'all gonna tell me that this little girl can tell me what to do, tell me that so I can leave now. Because I'm not about to listen to nobody that can barely spell mop tell me what to do. Y'all are my manager, not her. And I don't care who she related to. Now I'm gonna do my job. Now in the back, in the kitchen, not customers, but managers and co-workers, I get them together. I didn't say nothing. I try not to say nothing to customers, even though sometimes it buzz out. But I try not. But the folks I work with, include management. Come on, man. So they were like, you can't be threatening them. I said, well, she can't be telling me what to do. You take your life. That wasn't a threat. That was a response. I said, you take your life in your hands when you come up against somebody who don't like you, and you know they don't. She know I don't like her. She know I don't deal with her, and she kept coming at me like I would not drag her up and down this thing like a mop, like the mop she had in her hand. Well, I can't do a lot of stuff. I said, you want me to go home? Well, we're gonna be busy. Well, then I need to go back out front. So, but I knew then that I needed to get out of there. I don't know how I got to Old Charlie's. If anybody is from Alabama, I used to work at Old Charlie's. That was my first restaurant job. That was my first restaurant job. That was my first not fine dining, but full service casual dining restaurant. Bar, kitchen, salads, prime ribs, everything. Brunch on Sundays, liquor, let go. So, this is where I became a manager, this particular job. I started there. Within 3 months, I was training all the incoming servers. Within 6 months, I was a trainer and an opener. I opened the store every morning by myself. And I closed out lunch because I stopped working at night for the most part. And within 6 months, I was the lead server. I was front of the house, back of the house. I could go in the kitchen. I could go behind the line. I could do anything I needed to do. I could prep, all of it. So, story time about this particular restaurant. My roommate started working there. I got a job. I got my roommate a job there. And we used to have dime chicken wings. You could get 12 wings, 12 fried, and these weren't the little drumettes, they was the bigger wings. You could get 12 wings, celery, carrots, tortilla chips, ranch or blue cheese for $1.32 on Thursday night. I lived in a predominantly black town, and anybody who knows, Thursday night is pre-Friday. Our clubbing starts on Thursday. So when we started that promotion, I really didn't expect it to be anything other than, people coming in there getting their appetizers for $1 and going on getting everything else. I didn't realize the true extent of dime wings on Thursday. Until one Thursday I worked, and it looked like a nightclub in there. Everybody came in there with $1.32 in their hand. $1.32 in their wallet, their pocketbook, their purse. This is what the order was. I want a dozen wings, water with lemon, and extra sugar packets. When I tell you these folks walking around this restaurant with a chicken bone in one hand and a bottle of beer in the other hand going from this place to this place. Now, this is a restaurant. This is not a nightclub to where you can just move around and your server going to be all over the place. No, you got to serve in this section, a serve in this section, whatever. I'm going in the kitchen. I'm trying to carry these plates into the kitchen on this tray, and it's just piled up because it's so many folks everywhere. So every time I move, somebody put another plate on there. It is precarious. I got like 60, 70 pounds of dishes and trash and sucked on damn chicken bones. This, excuse me, this nigga grabs my arm with this bottle of beer in his hand and this chicken bone in the other hand and tell me, can you bring me another beer? I'm like, who are you? I need a beer. I'm not your server. I can't help you. He said, well, I said, well, what? Find out who you ordered that beer from. When I tell you that was the worst experience in my life. 7, 8 people at a table ordering these wings, and then they don't want to buy no drink. They come in there, what I'm telling y'all, with $1.32. It's been 1990. That's how long it was ago. Was that 33 years? 1990. And I still remember it was $1.32. It was $1.32 for a dozen chicken wings with ranch or blue cheese, celery, carrots, and tortilla chips, because they put them on a bed of tortilla chips. So you had a full meal. You had a side, the wings, everything, a vegetable for $1.32. You doing that shit? I mean, now. So I did that for a couple of weeks, and I told my boss, I said, let me tell you what I ain't gonna do no more. Let me tell you what I ain't gonna do. Let me tell you. I am not working on Thursday anymore. He said, well, it's our bed. I don't give a fuck, is what I told him. This is my GM. Hold on. Let me give you a little, just tiny bit of backstory about a GM. My GM at the time was pissed off about being a GM because he used to be like a regional manager or district manager. I don't know. He was a big dude. But one of his stores kept coming up with their money bag short, and they busted his ass down to a GM and put him in our store. So he was an evil, hateful He was like 6'4". He looked like he just it was he, anyway. And I used to cuss him out on a regular basis, but that's neither here nor there. Uh, I told him, I said, I'm not working on Thursday anymore. Never. I'm not coming in this. I'm not coming in the direction of this store. Here, listen what I said. Listen what I said. Listen, sir. Before you, nah, you can't look. You can't even get in the door for $1.32. Before you sit up there and try to tip what? When I tell you, I want Bomb Squad. I would like for you to think of the blackest nightclub you have ever been in. That's what I want you to do right now. The blackest, most black hood club you have ever been in, and put them people into old Charlie's on Thursday night with $1.32 wings. I've had a flashback. I told that man, I said, look him, playboy. Listen, sir, listen. Either you can take me off Thursday night. You can take me off. Or you take me off schedule. That means you ain't got no opener. You ain't got no lunch closer. You ain't got no closer. You ain't got no trainer. So either you can take me out Thursday, or you take my schedule. Because I can find another restaurant. I can leave here right now at whatever time. I think it was like 8 or 9 o'clock. I can leave here right now and go to a restaurant and get a job and be working in the morning at a new restaurant. Okay? That's how bad I am. And you know that. I said, now either I don't work Thursdays or I don't work here. Pick a struggle. Baby, when I tell you, I put it to you like this. Let me explain how bad it is. My roommate, however, did not have the same collateral and the same abilities of talking shit as I did, because she ain't been there that long. She ain't been there long enough to do me. So she was still on Thursday nights because she was a very good server. But I can't. The last thing I got is yeah, I saw that. Can't eat. Yeah. So I get a call because I had her car that night. So I get a call from the store, and they told me to come get my roommate because she is sitting in the corner in the kitchen with a broom, swatting at anybody that tries to come help her. I said, what the hell did y'all do? They said there's so many people. When I tell you, when I got to the restaurant, and she was in the corner, like she was seeing ghosts, and she was swatting at anybody. Yeah. Chicken wings almost gave my roommate a nervous breakdown. Sure did. And I know there's a bad stereotype about black people don't know how to tip. And realistically, working in the service industry, that is not necessarily a stereotype, other than the fact that it does happen. However, I still treated everybody the same. I still waited on you. I gave you my spiel. I did my thing. I did the damn thing. And I went on about my business. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I remember this as well. So I got this black foursome. Two couples. And he's ordering for the table. He wants a bottle of wine or champagne, something, because I had to do the service at the table. And they order, and I bring the bill out. The bill is, hey, TC. I bring the bill out, and the bill is $43.47. That's how much the bill is. It is $43.47. That's how much the bill is. Because I remember my tip. The only reason I remember how much the bill was because I remember how much my tip was. Now, I don't expect $30, $300 off a $45 bill, $5, and I'm cool. I'm smooth. I'm gravy. That's not 15%. But hey, I get it. Times is hard. But I did my thing. I did my bottle service. I made sure the orders was right. You ain't never wait for a drink. You ain't never wait for water, your silverware. I manicured the table. Manicuring the table means anytime you drop a piece of paper or a napkin gets balled up, I take it off. As soon as you're done eating, I remove the plates. The table looked like they just got there, even though they were completely there. So I drop off the bill, I said, because he's buying. He big balling out of control. He big with it. So I dropped the bill off, and as I'm walking away, I hear him say to his girl. Clearly, she did not know because I took my time. I picked up stuff around. You got $5. Now, Big Willie done came out. He gonna ball and buy for the sake. He asked his girl if she had $5. So I guess she had $5. So I come back in about 5 minutes or so, maybe less. And I say, y'all ready? Y'all good? Y'all need anything else before you go? Y'all good? Because they were funny. I didn't dislike waiting on them. So he gives me the $45, tells me to keep the change. And he said, I like you. I like how you waited on me. I will be back for you again. I was in my head. Now, this is before I just started saying what it ever came to my. In my head, I went, oh no. No, you won't get me no more. But this is what you have to deal with. This is what you have to deal with. And it teaches you things. Regardless of whether or not it's stereotypical that black people don't tip, and in the service industry, back when I was waiting tables first, they did. They did. Black people, older people of any ethnicity, foreign people who are from other countries where tipping is not a thing. Tipping is an American thing. It is a specifically American thing. And most people go into restaurants and places where you tip somebody with a mistaken impression that this person is making at least minimum wage, whatever the minimum wage is in your town, and these tips are just extra, when in reality, if you have an actual tipped employee, that person is making $2.13. They will make it $2.13 an hour in 1989, and they will make it $2.13 an hour in 2020. The reality is, if you don't tip, the bare minimum a server has to give you is bring your food out and drop your bill off. If you think that you're not actually paying for a service, that you're not paying for what this person does. Now, if that's not your thing, tipping is not your thing, don't go to a restaurant that has tipping. Don't. But if you go out to a restaurant and this person adds to your experience, you're just not tipping because that's what people say. If this person's not adding to your experience, I don't say just tip somebody because I don't wait at tables. I know that there are bad servers out there. I done seen them. I done trained them. Shit. I couldn't train the bad out of a whole lot of people. Trust me when I tell you. It is people that don't understand that the reality is, this job is just like any other job. If you can't wait tables and being in the service industry, is just like any other job. If you don't think that you can handle the requirements of the job, please don't do it. Yes, waiting tables is a relatively easy job when it comes to taking orders. No, tips are not included in the bill. The only time, and then they have to make sure that you know that the tip is included, but most places only include the tip is if you have a large party. Some places it can be 6 and up, 8 and up. Some places it has to be more than double digits, at least 10 people. It just depends upon where you go. The tip's not included. Those things on the bottom of the receipt, that's not them including the tip. That's showing you what 10, 15, 20% is. That's not including the tip. That's just showing you that this is how much this amount of the bill would be. To me, whatever the tax is, double it, because in Alabama the tax is 10%. So if you spend $40, get somebody $8. I normally give them 10, but as a server, if you good, I give you whatever I feel like giving you, but it's gonna be more than that. But now here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't want to tip, that's fine. As a server, as real service, we understand out there are people that are not gonna do it. Do we know that you're not gonna do it while we're waiting on you? No. I the reality is, while I may assume you're not gonna tip, I have had old people just wear me out with tips. I have had young people not tip at all. I have had black people tip me like they wait tables. I have had white people tip me like they ain't never seen a tip. So you can't, even if there's a stereotype, and even if it is proven to be true the majority of the time, as whatever you're doing, do it right. That's my thing. When I wait tables, it doesn't matter. When I waited tables, it's just waiting tables. It didn't matter who you were. It was how you were with me. I didn't care about the other stuff. Uh, I waited on the table. I waited on the table one time where it was a father, mother, 3 kids. They were the four top. It was squeezed into this table, and he had a beer cozy, whatever that thing is. And everybody else had to drink water but him. He said, "Baby, go give me a beer and just drop it down in here." I was like, "Wait, what? Wait, what the hell did you just say?" So I had to put the beer in there, and the kids everybody had to share with him. Now, if that's how you let your man, hey, the diamond, if that's how your man run your household, that's on you, sweetie. Do you? It was just funny to me, and I knew he wasn't gonna tip, but I still waited on him. He was funny. He was funny. And I was playing with the kids, and I was making sure the wife was okay, because clearly he didn't give a shit. But he didn't tip, but it was okay. It didn't matter. I used to have this couple that was at Applebee's. Applebee's was my second restaurant job. I used to have this couple that came into Old Charlie's, and he was a retired military. It was a white couple or older, about like late 60s, early 70s, and his hair looked like gray velvet. He still had his military haircut, and he still had all his hair. It was really thick, and they were my regulars. The first time I waited on them. I don't know whether he just got his hair cut or whether he just put some shiny in his hair. I don't know. But we were laughing. I said it was I think it was brunch. So I was like, "Y'all doing mimosas? Are we drinking? What we doing?" I did my whole da-da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop. And I looked at him, and I was walking by, and his hair, it's like the light hit his hair or something. And I said, "Oh, your hair is so shiny. It's so soft looking." And I couldn't stop. "Can I touch it?" I said, "Can I touch it?" His wife just busted out laughing, because I just assumed she was going to be mad. She said, "I do that all the time. It's so soft. It's like a poodle." She just, and he was sitting up there laughing. He was like, "She talks about me like I ain't here all the time." So I just did I said, you ain't going to feel me. I just want to kind of run my hand across the top like that. I'm going to wash my hand when I go to bed. So I did. I just ran it across, and it tickled, and I just went like a little kid. And he just busted out laughing. And from then on, that was my table. It doesn't, when you do the job, do the job. To me, that was my thing. It didn't matter what the stereotype said. It didn't matter if I was going to get tipped or not. I mean, it mattered, but it didn't matter as far as the job went. So, but yeah. But that job also wore me out. When I tell you, working in restaurants, if you allow it, it can take over your life. I worked 7 days a week. I would have $200 and $300 server checks, because as a server, I was getting overtime. I would go in a restaurant and work 7 days a week. I would be on the schedule. I didn't pick up shifts. Yeah, they were my people, and they would bring other people in. But I had people like that everywhere. Everywhere I went, Every restaurant I ever worked in. The third restaurant job I got was because of how I took care of the second restaurant job. So everywhere I went, I'm gonna take. I know my job. I can do my job. And when I worked at Applebee's, I was a server, a trainer, a bartender, a cook, a line cook, a prep cook. I had 7 different pay grades on my thing. I could choose whichever one I wanted to pay that day. Do we I had That's just me, how I do it. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. And ain't nobody gonna be able to do it better. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. But people and but the downside of doing that is that whatever I might have thought awesome about people, that shit got knocked out of me quick. Because when people think that you're beneath them, they show you who they are. And that's what happens in restaurants. A lot of the people, even well meaning people, will come in and forget that you're a person. Forget that you're somebody's mom or somebody's sister or somebody's daughter. They will forget that you got kids that you love and that, you know, excuse me, guys. And that just like they get up and go to work every day to take care of their family, that's what you're doing in here. I heard almost once a week, why don't you go get a real job? I'm like, a real job? If it wasn't a real job, what you need me for? If that was the case, Sparky, why don't you go on in the back and make your quesadilla that you can't even pronounce? Your quesadilla. The hell is that? I had somebody say it, and they said it with their chest. Can I get that quesadilla? Can you get the who? What? What kind of cheese come on that quesadilla? Shit, quesadilla cheese. That shit with his chest. Quesadilla. Yeah, I don't know why can't nobody pronounce quesadilla. Just quesadilla. 2 syllables. Queso? Well, it's a bunch of syllables, but it's like 2 words. Quesadilla. Nope. Quesadilla. Quesadilla. I'm like, what are you? What? You're not even trying to sound that out. Woo, I would have people coming there. I had one day I was off. And I was sitting in this booth that we, as servers, we would sit there, stay out of the way of everybody else. It was a big 6-top booth. So when it wasn't busy, like between 2 and 4, and we would get off, we would sit there and stay out of everybody's way. So I was sitting there by myself. I think I had a double that day. I think that's the only reason I was still there. So these 4, because my Applebee's was in a mall. So these 3 or 4 girls, three or 4 mall girls, I don't remember which store it was, came in and they ordered, and the server, he was so sweet. He was sweet and he was funny and he was very good at what he did. He waited on them and he dropped the check. He came back and he, gave the checks, and none of them tipped him. Not one girl tipped him anything. And he went back and he thought he did something wrong. So he asked, he said, I'm not trying to be funny or trying to be rude. I just want to make sure I didn't do anything wrong. I saw no one tip me and I thought y'all had a good time. I want to make sure y'all are okay. And one of them got smart because that's how he said it. He said it very nicely, very politely. He could feel that he was sincere because that's the kind of guy he was. He was a people pleaser, unlike me. So, no, we just don't tell. He said, okay. He said, I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. He said, y'all have a great day. And he walked off. And there was no smart about it. He just did it. So I'm listening to them talk when he left. They didn't see me sitting in the chair, by the way. So I'm listening to them talk. Oh, he needs to get a real job. He's just working here. How you going to ask us what he did wrong? Okay. So I got up because I was off. What you going to do to me? Do it. Running. That's back again. Again, I was still that. I was still that chick. I was still that running. I was still that air and opportunity. Okay. Well, I got some bags under my eyes, y'all. I'm curious. We can go on 2 trips with these bags. Anyway, I said, first of all, look, girl, we make anywhere from $20 to $50 an hour. How much you make? $3.25, $7. You on commission? You sell perfume? Back then you make nothing. I said, you sell perfume? I work 4 hours and I make $200-$300. How much you make? Oh, okay. I said, and as far as education and jobs go, I said, I'm in college. He's working on his master's degree. You see that one over there? He's getting his doctorate in theology. That's my roommate. She's going to get her. Everybody in here is working on either their first or second or some point third degree. You work in a mall. You spray perfume on people. And you talking about somebody get a job. You can't talk to us like that. Bitch, I'm off. Do you see your shirt? This jacket. I'm off. I can say what I want to say. Y'all are rude. Y'all are disrespectful. And trust me, y'all will be remembered when y'all come back in here. But y'all have a blessed evening. I'm gonna come down there and buy some perfume. Not from y'all though, but down there in the store. I make sure that y'all can see me though when I come in. And spend all that money I don't make. Okay? Alright. And walked off. People don't understand. That is what you deal with. You deal with back in the day I was fine. This is what it is. I'm not all that fine. I'm fine-ish. Back in the day I was fine. Booty popping. Titties out. Just couldn't help it. Nobody, and green eyes. I don't think they work. As you can see, they don't work well. But other people like them. Yay. I couldn't get complimented on anything. Girl get pissed off. Now I can't get a tip. I can't make the girl laugh because the dude having a bad day. I don't get a tip. I talk nice to the kids. Kids was bad. How the hell I know your kids was bad? I don't get a tip. You had a bad day at work, so you coming to my job. I don't get a tip. You and your husband arguing in the car on the way because there's a movie theater there. You're arguing about the movie theater. Excuse me. I had to moisten my throat. I don't get a tip. And I get an attitude. They either act like you are a punching bag or they act like you're invisible. Not all of them. But that is that is the worldview they send us out with. I don't like people. I don't. And it's because of waiting tables. It's because of Walmart, Applebee's, O'Charlie's. I Chili's so bad. I work Chili's too, by the way. I used to work on, I worked at the commissary. I said I've also worked for the government. But I still, even in working for the government, I was still in service. I worked at the commissary and I worked at the enlisted clubs and the officers club. So that's who I work for. And trust me, it's no better there. If anything, it's amplified when you're in the service on a military installation because even the wives of servicemen think they're better than you just because they decided to marry somebody who's deployed. I am, ma'am, can I help you? I am so-and-so's wife. Who the hell is so-and-so? I work at the grocery store, lady. I don't know. I am so-and-so, such and such. I am Colonel Sanders' wife. Bitch, do you have chicken? Because other than that, I don't care. I don't. I am his rank. Okay, is his rank on the credit card that you have to swipe to pay for this food. Okay? What does that have to do with you arguing with me about these coupons? I don't. It's expired. Does he have an unexpired coupon rate? Other than that, I don't care about his rate, ma'am. I don't care. You had to show your ID card to get in here, which means you can purchase from us, which means the only thing I need from you is what you want to purchase and how you choose to pay for it. I don't give a damn if your husband is Willy Wonka and you looking for the golden ticket. Ma'am, would you like to pay cash or credit? I don't. I didn't really have any. Surprisingly, I didn't have any issues bartending on base. Because either you were retirees and they was just drinking to forget, or they were enlisted and they were just drinking to forget. But they was forgetting different stuff. The only thing we did have is we had a lot of pissed off wives. It was a Friday. It was a Friday night. I was bartending. It was busy. We was busy. Everybody was getting off. I think there was a war college going on, so we had people from all over the country, all over the world. Because I waited for people from all over the world. I didn't even understand their language. In some kind of way, we made these drinks and we got it popping. But so I'm bartending. So I'm in there looking and I'm saying, hey, when people come in, because it's that kind of bar, even though it's busy. So I am standing, like the door is over here. I'm standing at the bar here. So I see the girl come in with the crate, what's the thing called? With the baby in it. The car seat. So I see it like, now this is when they were still smoking inside. This is before they quit smoking. So I'm sitting here. I see the car seat before I see her, because you know how some people carry the car seat on their forearm. So I see the car seat before I see her. I'm like, ma'am, you can't bring that baby in here. Number one, we're smoking. Number two, you can't bring that baby in this bar. Now, you can leave the baby out there, or you can go into the other areas. You can't bring the baby into the bar proper. This lady didn't give a shit about what I said, because she was coming to find such and such and so-and-so, because he about to get this damn baby and break his You'd be surprised how many people just got married just so that they can have benefits. I will just leave it at that. But yeah, I firmly believe that your kids should do that, because it teaches them a lot. But if you don't want to be like me, it taught me to hate people. It did. It did. Because I was raised to where you don't have to be overly nice, but you have to be respectful. Being raised in the South, you know what I'm saying? You have to be respectful to people. And it was just disrespect is heaped on you at every corner, and you're supposed to sit there and take that. The customer's always right. Let me tell y'all something. For all the customers that are in this live stream, you're not always right, and you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be always right. Restaurants have rules and regulations put in place for certain reasons, for none other reason than your health. You shouldn't always be right. What you do at your house, the food that you cook and the way that you cook it at your house, go home and eat. Stop telling servers and cooks and kitchens what you want them to do because how they do it somewhere else, or because how you do it at home. You're not always right. Stop being rude to your servers. Stop being rude to your cashiers. Why are you being rude to them? Stop going into places trying to be hustle man. Do you know how many people I have seen pluck a hair or shake their hair over their food so they don't have to pay for their food? People complain about nothing so that they hopefully that the managers will take it off the bill. I had this man send a steak back on a Friday night. It was a Friday night. I had 9 tables and smoking on a Friday night. Everybody was drinking. Everybody was chilling. But this mug, he sent that steak back 4 times. The 4th time, I had enough. At first, it was too done. Because if it's too done, that means we have to cook an entirely new steak. The next steak was not done enough, so we could cook that one up. The 3rd steak, when I cooked it up, now it's too done. So in the middle of trying to take care of 9 tables by myself, I have to deal with this man hollering at me about how this steak. Now, you told me you wanted the steak medium. If you don't know what medium is, say that. For all y'all that don't, medium is a pink center, a warm pink center. It's not a cold pink center. It is not a red center. It is a warm pink center. It is like a strip of, a medium is a strip of red through the middle of your food. A strip of pink. It's not blood, so stop saying that. That is not blood. It's not blood. It's not. Ain't nobody sitting up there sending y'all no. It's not. Even with the rare steak, y'all do understand that before meat has to be processed, it is bled. The blood is taken out. And it is then processed. That is the color of the meat. That's not blood. That's the color of the meat. And the juices that come out are the color of the meat. So if the meat is still red, the juice is going to be red. It's not going to be orange. It's not going to be brown. It's not going to be cooked. It's going to be red. It is not blood. These animals are bled. That is the color of the meat. That is what your meat looks like. If somebody cut you, your meat looks red, I think. I don't know what the inside of people look like. I'm not accountable, so I ain't ate none of us, so I don't know. So on that 4th time, I have never, here's the thing, y'all. 99.9% of servers do not do anything disgusting to your food. That stuff you think we do, we don't do. We don't lick it. We don't put our hands on it. We don't do none of that. We just go in the back and walk in and cuss for about 3 seconds and then come back out. And then our faces balled up when we talking to you from then on. But 99.9% of servers do not touch food because we work in the restaurant industry and we don't want anybody to touch our food like that. It's just like any other, what's the thing when athletes do the same thing over and over again? Not a jinx. What the word I'm looking for, y'all? Y'all know the word I'm looking for. When you don't do, when you, it's not a habit, but I'll say habit. We don't touch food like that. However, I had enough of this man. And then he was condescending, and then he was talking shit on top of that. So I had to go back for a 4th time and tell this kitchen to recook this sirloin. They looked at me and he wanted to cuss, but he knew it wasn't me because he knew me. You know what I'm saying? If you're a server, you keep a good relationship with the kitchen because one day you're going to forget to put an order in and you're going to need your shit out in 2 minutes or less. And the kitchen know how to get it out. Even if they got to steal somebody else's stuff. So I always kept a good relationship with the kitchen. Anyway, that being said, I said, this is the last time. If he don't like this steak, he's not getting nothing else. I don't care. He can argue first, talk to the manager. The manager can get what he wants to. I don't give a shit. Because one more time, the manager gonna be waiting on the table because I'm gonna leave him sitting there. So he talking. The cook is cussing and talking shit. He get the steak and he throw it at the grill because we had a grill back then, and it bounced off the grill and hit the floor. Because the way he threw it, it bounced. It just didn't stick. Normally they stick because he was trying to slap it onto the thing like y'all slap spade card. He tried to smack it, but he hit it so hard it bounced back up. It didn't stick. So it hit the floor. So he kicked it over to the dude that was in the mid. The mid kicked it back over to him. He picked the steak up, rinsed it off, put it back on the grill. and cooked steak. And I took the steak out there with no qualms. I was young. Don't hate me. And I gave this man this steak. He rinsed it off. It didn't have no more footprints or nothing on there. He rinsed it off. And the fire was a grill, so the fire killed whatever it was. You know, just fire. Took the steak back out there, and he was so pleased. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Thank you so much for getting it right. I know the steak was so good, it made him act right. I know I was just being, and I was fine. I think the man tipped me. I sure hope that man don't ever see this. I hope he don't remember me. That's a long time ago. Ain't nobody gonna remember me. I don't think I can be sued. That was like 30 years ago. That was a long time ago. But that was my one. I'm lying. This. I had one other time when somebody pissed me off. And I fucked this whole order up. At Dairy Queen. These people came through this drive-thru, ordered a vanilla milkshake, extra thick, a chicken sandwich, extra mayonnaise, and I think some fries or something else. I remember those two because those two things that they kept messing with me about. He kept saying that, first of all, the milkshake wasn't thick enough. That's first time. Second time, it was too thick. I don't know how the hell it's too thick, but okay. Third time, I made it with water, and it was just right. He told me they wanted extra mayonnaise on the sandwich. I give him the sandwich, and I'm not, to me, extra mayonnaise is like mayonnaise on both sides. I don't do that whole slather. I don't do, because it's nasty. I don't like it like that. And I was disgusting. And I would rather add mayonnaise to something again than to have to take it off. So I don't do that. All that extra, you know what I'm saying? You know how you go somewhere and be so much mayonnaise and shit on there, be coming out the side? I don't do that. So I just put mayonnaise on both sides of the bread. I didn't ask for extra mayonnaise. I said, man, you asked for extra mayonnaise, so I put mayonnaise on both sides of the bread. Well, that's too much mayonnaise. I said, you know what? Okay, let me remake that for you. I took that bread and the side of the table, and this is the table. I swiped that bread down the side of that table and get that mayonnaise up off of it and them lettuce. And I took it and I took a napkin and wiped the mayonnaise from around the rim of the bread. And I put just a slight crease of mayonnaise. I mean, you could a mayonnaise on both sides and some fresh lettuce and put the sandwich back together and gave it to her. That was wonderful. I don't know what happened. I hope these people don't see me.
That's why you don't piss nobody off.
Stop. Look here. But like I said, those are the two things I've ever done. I've never I can't do the bodily fluid. I don't understand how people do that dumb shit. But in 30 years, that's all I've ever done. So, because I just let you sit there. After a while. So I got out of the waiting table game, and I worked for, like I said, I worked for the commissary, enlisted club, and then I worked for Walmart. After Walmart, I started doing more office type jobs, but I digress. Walmart, y'all already know, somebody said in the comment, and it's correct, Walmart is WWE Walmart. Everybody want to fight. Everybody want to argue. Everybody right. Everybody wrong. It's just, it's just too much. And they come in there and you're a cashier and they just take advantage of you and they try to hustle you and they try to steal and they try to, We price match, or we use price match at Walmart. All right. This is sugar, so that's why I'm gonna use it. So if anybody's from the South, Domino Sugar, better quality, brand name, Domino Sugar. So if you bring us an ad that says Domino Sugar, it has to be specific. It can't be like depending upon where you are. It can be like Food Line sugar, and then you come in here and get Domino's sugar for 99 cents. Can't do that. It has to be you can't be the store brand from any other store. It has to be the exact product. So, um, this lady had this coupon, and it has to be the exact size. So you can't get a 5 pound bag of sugar that's normally $3.29 for 99 cents if it's a 1 pound bag of sugar. You see what I'm saying? It has to be exact. So the black lady came through there. She was on the phone. She was already rude because she was on the phone, and it was a busy Sunday. I don't know, for some reason Walmart was busy on a Sunday, and I was in the smoke shop lane, which meant I was supposed to be 10 items or less because I had cigarettes and stuff like that. And I was the only lane you could get cigarettes out of. So she comes through and she had five. The amount you could get of the product was five. So she had 5 pound bags of Domino's sugar. She had an ad for a store brand sugar for 99 cents for a 5 pound bag. I said, ma'am, I can't take that. I said it has to be Domino's. It can't be the store brand. Now, if that ad had said Domino's 5 pound bag of sugar for 99 cents, I could have overridden these, but I can't override for a store brand. I can't do that. So, and I wasn't rude. I was like, it was what it was. I was like, I can't do it. It's not how it works. She's on the phone. First of all, she's still on the phone. She don't got a phone. Rude ass. She can see this. She'll remember. And then she on the phone. So if she talking to her on the phone, she said this bitch ain't trying to get my side. I said, this who? I said, what you say, ma'am? So she ignores me and keeps talking. This bitch is telling me I can't do this, and the third. Well, then she gets off there. Well, my friend work at Walmart. We'll go to her Walmart. Because that's probably why you've been doing it. So go to her Walmart. Take it to her Walmart. Well, you can't talk to me. I need to talk to the manager. Okay. I wasn't going to take care of you anyway. Then by this time, I was getting older. By this time, customers could get it too. Yeah, by this time. It wasn't just management. Because management was a given. Co-workers, a must. Customers, I was still on the, I gotta do my job, gotta do my job. But this was getting close to the time. Walmart broke me. Walmart broke me for everybody else. I took nothing from nobody no more. I said I wasn't gonna wait on you no more anyway. So let me get this manager for you. So I called the manager over there. She said I was rude. And I said I was not rude until she called me a bitch twice. I said, and then I told her, I said, regardless of what she's saying, she wants to get this sugar for 99 cents for this bag, and this is the ad. And the manager told the same thing I told her. Ma'am, it has to be exact. Can't do that. That's not how our price matching works. And she thought she was doing something by leaving that sugar. Shit. I threw that shit in that bag, in that return bag, and went on about my business. And I don't know, stop going to all the Karens or the would-be Karens or the ask for managers and to think you doing something. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Most of us, 99.999, we don't get fired. We get talked to. We get moved to another register. Sometimes y'all get completely ignored. You're not doing anything. I'm going to call corporate. Okay. That number, let me let y'all in on a little secret. That number y'all call for corporate don't even work for Walmart. That's somewhere they outsource. Call corporate if you want to. They don't care. Do y'all think that Walmart, let me ask y'all something. Walmart don't care about the people they pay. I went to Walmart. I made 5 cents under minimum wage. I had made $7.20 an hour since 1989. This was 2004. I made $7.20 an hour. I got a raise to $7.25, which was the actual minimum wage. But they want you there on time, before time. They want you to stay late. They want you to come in at 5 o'clock. They want you to do all this extra shit. They want you to go to other areas, and they want you to know everything, but they didn't want to pay you. And then they didn't want to give you insurance. They didn't want to make you full time. Do you understand that the majority of the people, and I'm talking to customers, not just y'all, but to anybody who sees this in the replay, do you understand that 99% of the service workers that y'all are fussing at have just, you're not doing anything. These people are trying to get by just like y'all. You mad about this not being in the right size? Well, you should have got here before all that size was gone. You know you wear a popular size and you wait till it been on the shelf, or you done looked at it on the shelf 3 times and you saw it on the 4th time, but they ain't got no more extra larges. Well, you should have got it when it was there. Why are you fussing at me? I don't make the clothes. We have nothing to do with the prices in the store. Nothing. We have nothing to do with the prices in the store. We can't change the prices. We can't fix the prices. The management don't care nothing about us. Corporate don't care nothing about us. We have nothing to do with why this is there. We have nothing to do with different promotions. We have nothing to do, if you are homophobic, racist, or any of that, we have nothing to do with nothing that comes in these stores. Not one person working in the store has anything to do with what's in the store. So every time you go in there and ask for a manager and cussing out an employee, or fussing with the stockman, or asking if something in the back, I don't know what you're doing. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Now, fast forward, because I've been over hours, so I'm going to try to get it, try to wind it down to the fast forward. I said I was never going to wait tables again. I was older. I didn't think that my attitude had not been successfully adjusted to working with the public like that publicly. So I said I was never going to wait tables again. Fast forward, I moved to Virginia. I moved to the East Coast. And the only job I could find was at a restaurant. And it was Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, they got old grown up me at Buffalo Wild Wings. Before I hurt my leg, I worked for Buffalo Wild Wings for 5 years. I was a hostess, a cashier, a bartender, server, a what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? I could do the food going. I could do the front and the back of the house. Before I left there. When I got there, I was just a hostess. And if y'all don't know, management, restaurants have a really high turnover rate of people coming and going, employees. And all of that, 100% of that has to do with management. Right now, forget a coworker, because coworkers you can ignore. Coworkers you can cuss out. 100% of the reason that people leave jobs, especially service jobs, is management. So I get there and all I got to do is learn the computer, because you ain't got to tell me how to do no job. I know how to hostess. I know all that. If you don't have a computer hostess system that I have to learn, and all I got to learn is a cash register, I knew that by the end of the week. I started on a Wednesday, and I wasn't even the cashier. I was just a hostess. By the time the weekend came, I knew the rest. Fast forward to, I forget what happened. Something happened, and the management for the front of the house said something about we all gonna get in trouble. If one person do something, we all get in trouble. And I said, no ma'am. She said, huh? I understand I was older than she was at the time. Little white lady. I said, no ma'am. She said, no ma'am, what? I said, I don't do that kindergarten shit. If I didn't do it, I ain't got nothing to do with it. If I didn't make the mistake, if I didn't cause the problem, I said you need to talk to the person or persons who are causing the issues, because that is why you have people that leave. She said something. I said, let me tell you something. I said, I've been in the restaurant industry since 1989. Please don't sit up there and tell me what I do and don't know. I know more than you do. You may know more about the store than I do, but you have no idea about the restaurant industry. And I knew that because that wasn't her first industry. She was hired from something else because she's a manager. And that's what restaurants mess up all the time. Instead of promoting within, instead of promoting within, they will make you hustle man and damn near do circus flips to be promoted. But they'll go hire somebody who used to be a manager at the Foot Locker to manage a restaurant. That's what restaurants mess up. She was a manager somewhere else. I think she was dating her. I don't know. She had management. She had management experience, not restaurant experience. I said, I don't do that kindergarten shit. Please don't come at me with it, because you're not gonna like the outcome. And that was my first month or so of being there. And she couldn't say nothing. She needs to put me aside. I said, you can put me wherever you want to. I'm not going to change. You're not going. Number one, you're not going to talk to me in no kind of way. Let me start it, because I said, you know what, you're right. I shouldn't have said nothing to you in front of people, but you said something to us in front of people. So I figured that you needed what you got so you can understand where you was wrong at. That's number one. Number two, you're not going to talk to me in that kind of way, because there's nothing you can teach me. Please stop trying to do that. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to respect you as a manager. But as soon as you stop being managerial, so will I. Okay? Okay. Long as we understand. I was hired from Monday through Friday. Day shift. That's what I told the guy who hired me, the GM. That's what I told him. I said, I don't work on the weekends. I got a kid. And I don't work at night. Excuse me. He said, okay. I said, okay. I was doing that a month before. I'm on a Friday and Saturday. Before I'm on Saturday and Sunday. I said, I'm not working this. I'm not coming in here. Well, you have to. No, the hell I don't. But I went on and did it because it was football season, and he said I need my best. You telling me I'm the best at something means nothing to me, because I know I am. But that's irrelevant. That's not what I was hired. This is not my availability, and this is not what I was promised. But I'll do it until I don't want to do it anymore. Okay? So I did the Saturdays and stuff. I did it. But they knew I wasn't going to act right. The first time I worked on a Saturday, because trust me when I tell you, your girl can ball her face up and stand up in a corner and not say nothing for hours. I would look like a fat statue sitting over in a corner somewhere, and you'll be like, where they get that fat statue at? So I didn't want to be there. Shit, I didn't. It was Sunday, and I don't like people. So this man complains because my face didn't look friendly enough. I was like, wait a minute. I said, and my manager was talking to me. Him and he was like the same age. So I let him go for a little while. Because children, please don't try to talk to me. Just tell me what they said. And I'm going to ignore you, but I'm going to be like, okay. He said, you didn't look friendly. And I wasn't. I told y'all I didn't want to work. Y'all want me in here, and I'm doing my job. I ain't got to smile at these people. My job is not, look here, my job is to seat you within a timely fashion in the place in which you want to be seated, and make sure you have a pleasurable dining experience. I do not feel smiley, so I'm not going to smile, because I'm going to look like I'm crazy as hell. I'm going to look like I just broke out of the insane asylum if you think I'm about to stand up here and smile at nothing. I don't want to smile at you. I don't want to smile at this man who is going to sit at this girl table for 4 hours and not tip her. Okay? I don't want to smile at this man who ain't got sense enough to bring this little 8-year-old girl up to this restaurant on a damn Saturday during football season and think that she's not going to be irritated at hour number 1. I don't work on weekends. Y'all put me on this schedule and y'all think I'm supposed to smile? Boy, if you don't go somewhere. So he talked and I was like, This the face you gonna get. Now, do you want me to go in the kitchen? I will put the food together and send it out. That way ain't nobody gotta see my face. But this is the only face that you gonna get. It's the face of I don't wanna be here. So I went out and did my job. People, we are not all happy. Our days are not all awesome. Some days we come to work, and some days we come to work because we got to pay our bills. It is nothing on y'all. There's absolutely positively nothing personal about a server, a cashier, or somebody that's doing a service for you not having a good day. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Please don't make it about you. We had this guy used to come in there with his son and request a 4-top booth to where he sat and ordered an order of fries and water so he could put the Crystal Light packets that he bought in his jacket in the water so he wouldn't have to buy no drink. He would sit at somebody's table and not order anything but fries for 4 hours. We had this one customer would come in, him, his wife, and his 3 or 4 kids. I forget how many kids it was. They would bounce around the restaurant, regardless of where we sat them. They would bounce around the restaurant. We put them here. I don't want to be there. They put him here. I told him, I said, look here, let me tell y'all something. I'm about to stop him. I'm about to stop him. They were like, well, I said, listen, let me tell you something. Y'all didn't put me at this front door so that I can be super nice to everybody, because the reality is these people need a firm hand. This is football Sunday, and once he's sat, he has to stay sat. If he does not stay sat, he's going to get put out. And y'all ain't got to put him out because I don't care about it. He ended up getting banned from the restaurant because he called a server the N-word one night. Now understand, this little fat ass, he was Hispanic, but he had an attitude, and he come in there dressed all in jerseys and stuff, and I was like, and this was the night he got banned was the Mayweather fight, and he was running that girl, and she was crying, and he ended up calling her that. He got put out. His family got put out, and he kept trying to sneak up in there. And I told the manager, I said, because as management changed, I didn't. So he came in there one day. I said, I'm not waiting on you. Ain't nobody waiting on you. Well, he said, I'm a customer. Not here, you're not. Not here, you're not. And eventually the management changed so much. I don't know why he kept coming back in there. It wasn't like it was a Buffalo Wing Factory down the way. It wasn't like it was other places he can go watch the game. It was just in there. They went. Management kills me giving y'all everything y'all want. That is why people do what they do. You complain about me moving too slow. Oh, I'll give you a free dessert. You complain about the salad didn't come out on time. Oh, I'll give you that free. Now, they don't know whether or not it's true. They don't care whether or not you're lying. But because you said something, the customer's always right. It's true. You don't understand how hard you make it for us. They don't understand how hard they make it for us. And customers think that that's... Here's the thing. I worked in a restaurant, but I didn't always have money to eat in a full service restaurant. Didn't always have money to eat in one. So on the times that I did not have enough to tip, because to me, in a full service setting, if I'm going somewhere that tips are expected, then that's included in the money I have to spend. That means if I don't have no money to tip, I don't have no money to eat there. So you know where I eat? Somewhere else. I go somewhere else where I don't have to tip people. I go through the drive-thru. I hit the carry-out. If I can't take care of the person that's taking care of me, and that's what a server is doing, y'all. They're taking care of you. They're bringing you drinks. They're bringing you 17 refills. They're bringing you straws and all the napkins. They're bringing out your food. They're bringing out your sauce. They're bringing out the extra sauce you want. They're going back in the back and talking to the kitchen and not charging you for that bacon, or not charging you for that extra chicken strip because you say you didn't have enough chicken. They're cleaning up after your little crotch goblins when they sitting up there spitting out food on the floor, or writing on the table with a marker or some shit they got out your purse. They chasing your kids around the restaurant because you can't keep them. These people are providing you a service. And 75, 80, 90% of that service is not, it's extra. But they provide it. They give it to you. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know if anybody said anything. My phone is not. Hold on, y'all. Okay. For some reason, I wasn't getting what people were talking about. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Oh, we're just gonna make lemonade. Child, if you need my face to look at, right. They're gonna tell my manager, man, my hold on. I didn't see any of this, y'all. I'm sorry. My thing was, now the funniest thing, actually my last job where I did events at Walmart and Target, the Walmart customers used to be so extra that something I was giving away wasn't ready yet. Yeah, they're gonna tell the manager, what? Hold on. I hated working in smoke lane. Yeah. They always came in there through that much stuff. Hey, Leilani, I didn't see you when you came in. Hey, Miss Cox, I'm sorry. No, Miss Cox, let me tell you something. If you have to say, I tell my family all the time, and I'll tell y'all, if you go into a restaurant and what you ordered is not what you got, send it back. Because sometimes there are mistakes. And your server is not going to be pissed off with you because you didn't get what you want. Now, if you didn't know what you was ordering, that's one thing. If you didn't read the menu, if you didn't know what you was ordering, if what you ordered from so and so sounds like this and you thought this sounded like that, so you ordered here, but then that's not what it was because it's not like we can't mind read with that. If the kitchen made a mistake, you might even get that one free. But it's all about how you go about it. Nobody's gonna not. I'm not. If your food is incorrect, send it back. If it's cold, send it back. And don't think that somebody's gonna do something to it, because like I said, 99% of the time, service, all we want is, let me tell y'all what we want. Put y'all on the stick. We want y'all to come in, eat your food, and leave. That's it. We don't want you hanging around. We don't want you mad with us. We don't want to argue with you. We don't want you arguing with us, and we don't want to argue with you. All we want is for you to do your part of the transaction. Come in, eat, chit chat with your people, have a good time, leave. That's it. Don't nobody really want to do all that other stuff. You can send your food back. You should. Don't eat something you don't want. Don't eat something that don't taste good. Don't eat something that's not cooked well. Because like I said, 99% of the time, it's going to, ain't nobody going to do nothing. We going to fix your food. Sure. Shit, because you take tips on the table as we leave the rest of that. That's messed up. The impression that you left on that was doing too much. There you go. Okay. All right. I was back up to stay. Hold on. That's my food. Now, if you just drink water with lemon, that's fine. A lot of people, my family drinks water. They don't drink soda. I get tea. I like sweet tea, and I don't make it at home. So going to a restaurant is pretty much the only time I get it. I have a fast food restaurant, and I like sweet tea. Best sweet tea, actually. All jokes aside, is McDonald's. Fun fact. But I was not supposed to be as good at waiting tables as I was. When I started waiting tables, my sister was like, "Yo, funk ass attitude, you're gonna be there 3 days before you cut somebody out and get fired, never go back." And I thought she was correct. But I found out that one, I'm very good at the restaurant industry. Two, the money is a draw. The money will the money made me stop going to school, which was I will say that was a mistake. I should have continued going to college even though I was waiting tables. Uh I was not supposed to be as good at it as I was. And I was. My sister was laughing and joking. She said, "You're gonna be there 3 days." I was like, "You better hope I ain't there 3 days. You're gonna be paying all the bills by yourself." And I was. And what is this? What year is this? Almost 35 years later. So that was story time for y'all. So y'all hit them comments for me. I'm getting ready to go. Down in the comments down below. If y'all got a story, let me know. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to send your food back. Stop asking for the manager and tip your waitress. Tip your bartender. I promise you, the good time you having will continue. Send your food back. Ain't nobody gonna mess with it. That's just the shit you see on TV. That's just some disgruntled worker, and that is so few and far between. Don't eat anything you don't want. And don't always try to go in there and look for the come up. If you can't afford to go to the restaurant, don't go today. Go when you can afford it. Service people are people too. Just like you trying to take care of your kids and you trying to pay your bills, so are they. The same respect that you want, so do they. So y'all hit me up in them comments. Y'all know how I do. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Make sure you share this video, because y'all know them folks. I don't care. If you like this video and I come across you, I don't know what it's, timeline, or I come across you. No, it's for you. That's TikTok. Anyway, y'all see this video and y'all ain't subscribed, hit that subscription. Go ahead, subscribe. And hit that notification bell so that every time we drop a video or go live, you guys can join us. Thank you, everybody who came through. I want to thank everybody for joining me, for coming in and out, for interacting. Welcome back to those that are back. Love you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming out. This your girl, Lisa. This is a DC Kool-Aid and Lisa production. I love you guys so much. Thank you, Bomb Squad. Peace. And I'm out.